2017 is the year that I met my husband. But right before I met him, I kept on trying to be lustful, but I couldn't go through with it. It's like I was wanting to have sexual encounters, but I also really wanted love. So I was like flirting with all of these guys, but every time it came down to it, like even exchanging numbers or doing anything, like meeting up with them, I didn't want to do it anymore. And so what would happen was I would keep on having these like 1 to 5 hour conversations with different guys, like continuously. It kept happening back to back to back to back, and I would never talk to them again. And I'm like, this is so strange. And they all were telling me stuff that they never told anybody else. And I'm just like, wow. And this was before I knew that this was my purpose. Like, ever since I was in elementary school, people would like ask me for advice or like open up to me and trust me and feel safe with me and stuff like that. And so God was like showing me this was a part of my purpose and also preparing me to be reserved for my husband. And yeah, so that's it. I just wanted y'all to see how like God does stop things from happening. And I remember when I was introduced to my husband, like I'm like, how is it this easy? Like, and then like when I saw his face, I just didn't want nobody else and stuff like that. And I just like started getting serious about doing better and changing in my life. And I went through a very intense preparation season because I was so immature. I was so manipulative. I was so hurt. I had so much to learn about God and about everything and everyone that I had ever experienced. Like, literally, no exaggeration. Every single thing that I could ever remember that I experienced in my life, I asked God, why did it happen? And what was my purpose of meeting that person? Why was I in their life and why were they in my life? And I literally, no exaggeration, have been consistent with God 24/7 since October 2019, because I said I wasn't going into 2 new decades struggling and just settling, which was 2020 and me turning 30. And 2020 is when God told me he was my husband, but I met him in 2017. But I was introduced to him in various ways before that. That's a whole nother testimony in itself. I will be releasing that at a later date. But I love you, and I thank you for listening. Talk to God about everything you're going through, because God loves you way more than any human ever could. Talk to God about what you want and what you need, because God knows what is best for you. Whatever you think in your life is not working out, is God protecting you, because God is preparing you. All of the great things that you want in your life, they're either not for you or you're not ready yet. You have to have a certain type of maturity to keep the things that God has for you. Not to only get them, but to keep them, because so many people want greater things, but just like you have had people hurt you, you will hurt people in ways that you don't understand, because you don't know who you are. You don't know how to recognize people that God sent into your life, and you don't have certain type of wisdom, which will lead you to be a very unsafe space, very unhealthy, very unsupportive in ways that you don't ever imagine. Like you would never imagine until God start revealing to you all the things that you have picked up from society, all the things that you have made become a part of your personality and your ways and your habits and your thoughts and even your purposes. All of this stuff you got from society. You didn't get it from God, and it came from the devil. It's just so much stuff that you need to learn. Okay, so talk to God about your life. If you really want to persevere, you need to ask God about every single thing that you can remember. You need to talk to God out loud all the time. You need to pray all the time. You need to download the Bible app. You need to, if you cannot afford a Bible, you need to Google free Bibles. You need to ask God for wisdom and discernment. You need to ask God to help you understand the Bible, because you can't even understand the Bible without God. And I am a spiritual advisor. I help people understand all parts of their life. I help people understand their dreams. I help people understand their life purpose. I help people understand the way that God communicates. I help people understand any recurring numbers that they experience. I help people understand a whole lot of stuff. In the description area, you will see a lot of that stuff listed out. And also, you will see my email address there, which you can email me and schedule a session with me. My sessions start at $45. Also, you can pray with me by reaching out to me on any of my social media accounts that you see in the description area. And I have a few playlists recommended by me for this YouTube channel that you are listening to in the description area. However, it is best for you to click on my YouTube channel so that you can see the full playlist that I have. So, because I have way more playlists than what's listed in the description area, because I have over 700 videos for you to listen to and watch. So, I love you. I love you so much, and most importantly, God does too. And I thank you for tithing into my ministry by watching, listening, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Also, I thank you for pouring into me by praying for me and by sowing into my ministry monetarily.